Brexit.
I knew we'd get there eventually.
Yeah, everything comes back to it these days. What kind of impact do you think it's had so far, and what might it have in the future? I know a lot of people are very much saying, putting a positive spin, saying this is, the kind of disruption that fosters, new companies, new ideas. Is that just wishful thinking?
That sounds like making the best of a very bad situation, doesn't it, to me? But I kind of think, leaving the European Union, in my opinion, is a bad thing. Mm-hmm. But I've accepted that we're doing it. Now I think we're in the situation where we're not doing it and we're not doing it. And actually that's the worst piece, right? The uncertainty that's happening and the fact we don't know how we're going to be impacted by this. We don't know if things like passporting of licenses is really going to be a kind of an option for people going forward. Mm-hmm. We don't know how we're going to have entrance to the common marketplace in terms of actually what we're doing. We don't know how this is going to affect resources that are based here but actually potentially won't be able to. And all of those things, all of the uncertainty around the market is really what the killer is. Mm-hmm. I think if, this is the slowest removal of a Band-Aid that you've ever experienced in your entire life, right? And that's definitely not how the saying goes in this space. So I think, the quicker we can get to a point where we know what we're doing, mm-hmm. I think people can accept it, they can adapt to it, and they can move on. Mm-hmm. I think we're currently just paralysed by uncertainty. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, it's started to, show the cracks, really. We have started to see, pretty senior people in the space, in banking and fintech, very seriously considering leaving London. Some of them have already. Mm-hmm. And that's not companies, that's individuals. Mm-hmm. But unfortunately, one of the major things that's made London, incredibly successful in this space is the openness to people coming here and, bringing new ideas, bringing new processes and helping the companies who need those problems, Mm-hmm. I kind of think, the fintech piece, it isn't finished. Mm-hmm. And I think almost until the bank's problems are 100% sorted and, to our point earlier on, I think we're only 1% through that in terms of the process, then, I don't think this is a problem that will go away. Unfortunately, are we going to start seeing the smartest, the brightest, the best, both the individuals and the companies that sort of were founded here moving away? It's going to be a terrible thing if it happens. And I think, definitely the government is doing a lot to try and put in place, processes and establish boards and, different things to do it. But for me, it's kind of papering over the cracks, really. Mm-hmm. The best thing that they can do is very, very quickly come to a point where we actually know what we're doing. And at that point, we can actually decide whether it's an acceptable thing that we can deal with, mm-hmm. or whether we're all going to go and move to Berlin.
Mm-hmm.